Are you struggling to choose what Great One grind to do first here in the Hunter Call of the Wild in the modern day in 2026? Well, there, my friends, is a lot of choices, but as long as you stay until the very end of this video, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be counting down the top 5 easiest Great One grinds that you should do first here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. As of January 2026, these grinds are the 5 grinds that I would do first if I were restarting in Call of the Wild as a beginner grinder. One of the grinds on our list today, I actually managed to spawn a Great One in 2 kills. 2 kills. I couldn't believe it. So if you guys are new here, once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Squid. I'm known for extreme simplicity and extreme details in my guides here on YouTube, so if you guys do in fact want to learn how to do any of these Great One guides, I will leave a link to a guide that corresponds with the list today in the description below. As always, my name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Gaming. Without further ado, my friends, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, my friendjamin, so coming in at number 5 here on our list today is going to be the fallow deer grind here in Teawaroa. Now, the fallow deer grind was actually the easiest Great One grind in the Hunter Call of the Wild for a little chunk of time, and the fallow deer are known for having really short grinds back to back to back. For whatever reason. It's still completely RNG. In fact, my longest fallow deer grind was 8,300 kills, so that number that it's going to take to spawn that Great One is still completely random. But for some reason, I've had a 40 kill fallow deer grind, I've had a 300 kill fallow deer grind, I've had a 100 and some kill fallow deer grind. The fallow deer go for very short grinds quite commonly, and it's something that I see throughout a lot of different people in my community. The fallow deer grind is extremely easy to do. There's only about 40 zones here in Teawaroa. You can be set up for the grind in beginning your herd management or beginning your rotations, if you're not going to use herd management, in probably no more than 2 hours worth of setup. It's not that bad at all. The fallow deer are known for extremely consistent diamonds and beautiful Great Ones with several racks and several furs. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys have grinded for the fallow deer Great One or if you have a favorite combo. What is it? For me, it's specifically my typical rack silver back on PlayStation because it took me 8,300 kills. And I also really like my Irish elk rack with Fabled Hooded, which only took 40 kills. So without further ado, guys, in conclusion, the fallow deer is a very simple and effective grind to do. I would strongly suggest it. Again, I have a fallow deer Great One guide teaching you how to do it with a method like herd management, and also without any grinding methods like herd management, in a simple way that anybody can do. In a nutshell, it's as simple as shooting and claiming mills, but there is ways to stay super efficient, and there's a specific way you want to set up with tents and tripods. So again, I cannot express to you guys enough, for whatever species you choose off of today's list, definitely go watch a Great One guide for it. Okay guys, so coming in at number 4 here on our list today is going to be the Great One Grey Wolf grind. This is the grind that I actually managed to get myself a 2 kill grind in. My first grind for the Great One Grey Wolf, it was a Fabled Twin Soul, I'll never forget it, was 500 and something kills. And the day that I clicked live stream to shoot that Great One, I shot and claimed 2 male Grey Wolves, and while claiming the second one, another Great One tried to kill me. This grind is notorious for not needing herd management. In fact, I spawned a super rare, my first Great One and my second Great One, without even finding all of my drink zones. I didn't even have all my drink zones discovered, let alone use herd management. I had 11 drink zones. Right when they first came out, us content creators just wanted to get the Great Ones as fast as possible. So what my good friend Lady Legend and I did is we both just found 8 drink zones. I actually set up on 11 because I found a couple extra ones near outposts, and just started shooting every male we seen. Little did I know this would be one of my most successful grinds. And, you know, the reason that I don't have a 5th Great One Wolf, yes, I do actually have 4 Great One Wolves, is because I honestly just got kind of sick of shooting them at night. They're difficult to see. They're kind of a pain to hit. If you enjoy hunting the wolves, I think you would enjoy this grind a crap ton, but I don't want to say I've never been a fan of the Grey Wolves, but they've never been like the classic rack mule deer for me, or a typical rack whitetail. I've been chasing that thing since the whitetail Great One came out. Or the moose Great Ones, or the fallow deer Great Ones, you know? The wolves are sick, they're freaking awesome. I'm glad to say that I have some in my trophy lodge, and it's just a known fact that the wolf grind is super easy to set up for. In a nutshell, all you really need is 8 drink zones, set up, and start shooting the males. Shoot the biggest males out of each zone to maximize your chances of a rare coming back as a big respawn. If you want to herd manage, you can. I would still suggest that you watch the Great One guide, even if you're not going to herd manage. because there is a little bit more information than I talked about there, but obviously this video, the purpose of it is to kind of give you a pointer in what direction to go towards, because there's a lot of people out there who struggle to choose their first ever great one. I know I did right at first, and I wish I had a video like this. So yeah, in conclusion, the Grey Wolf grind is an absolute blast to do, really easy to set up for, and it is a strong suggestion. So as we do kind of get closer to the easiest Great One grind in the game, the ability for me to kind of explain the grind to you in a nutshell becomes a lot easier, because as we get closer to number 1, the instructions for these grinds become a lot easier. And I'll tell you what, coming in at number 3 here on our list today, the Great One Boar grind here in Tornasheen is an extremely easy grind to do. Now there's a little bit of criteria you're going to need to learn, like setup criteria, where to place your tent, where to place your tripod. But really all you need to know is run around the bottom half of Tornasheen, look for signs of wild boar. When you hear a sign of a wild boar, or when you see one, whether that be a footprint, this can be any sign. Poop, a footprint, a sound cue, a zone, wherever you've seen that clue of a wild boar, which you will find clues in this bottom half of the map, that's the only place they can be, simply place down a feeder, this is why we call it the feeder method, within 400 meters of where you've seen that audio clue, or that track clue, and that's literally it. As long as you placed it within 400 meters of where you've seen a boar, they'll naturally start going to your feeder that you placed, and the good part about being able to place it within 400 meters is you can purposely place them in areas that are super wide open. Now, they don't usually stand right over this hill here, they usually stand a little bit further up there, but of course, Squid's their luck. Squid starts recording and they're just deciding to stand right there, but even still, spine shot. Or at least I tried to. That'll stop him. And from that point, you'll literally just set up with tents and tripods using the tent and tripod criteria, which I'm not going to get into. And you guys wouldn't believe what you do after that. You start shooting. It's that simple, my Frenchmans. No herd management, no zone finding, only running around in the bottom half of the map, enjoying the beautiful scenery, looking for signs of beautiful wild boar, and placing down a feeder, and starting to obliterate them. Every male you see dies. Remember that. The boar have some very beautiful furs and very beautiful tusks. A lot of really cool combos. In fact, I actually gave a Great One wild boar to the one and only Kendall freaking Gray. So now he has one in his lodge too. He did an amazing job shooting it. They're very easy to shoot. They have great big lungs. And yeah, I mean, it's really that simple. There's not much more for me to talk about here. I would definitely suggest the Great One Boar grind. So many people in my Discord are doing it. My buddy Snaky has 5 Great One wild boar. 5. And a super rare, which he may or may not have messed up. But we're not going to talk about that. Alrighty folks, so coming in at number 2 here on our list today is going to be the Mule Deer Great One grind here in a ski ridge. The mule deer are the easiest deer species to get a Great One of in the game, hands down. Arguably the easiest Great One grind to do with drink zones. Realistically, all you need to do for this grind is find 8 zones, set up, and start shooting. Now, it may not be as consistent as if you were to do the method that I teach in my older Mule Deer Great One guide, but I actually have 3 different Great One guides for the mule deer. One of them is so simple for people that are just getting into Great One grinding. I made it specifically and shows this grind because a lot of people like the Mule Deer Great One. It's a beautiful species and it's so easy to do. Really, all you need to do to spawn this Great One is go to my Discord server, pull up a hotspot map where we have a hotspot map for every species and every map in the game, by the way, which will show you when and where to hunt them, and literally just start going to water sources at mule deer drink time and shooting the bucks that you see. Once you've hit every single water source, go back to the first one and keep doing it over and over again until eventually you spawn a Great One. Is this going to be as efficient as setting up with tents and tripods? No. Is this going to be as efficient as using a method like herd management? No. Can you still spawn diamonds, rares, super rares, and Great Ones this way? Abso-freaking-lutely, my friends. Is it still going to be an absolute blast and beginner friendly? Absolutely. Do you need to dedicate thousands of hours? Probably not. It depends on how long your first grind's going to take. If you get unlucky and it's like an 8,000 kill grind or something, like my first ever fallow deer grind, then well, you might be dedicating some time. But, I mean, it's Great One grinding. The amount of kills that your grind is going to take for the Great One to spawn is completely random. That number is generated randomly by your computer, and there's no way to change that number. It's called RNG, or Random Number Generation. That's the system that Great Ones spawn off of. So there's a couple different ways to do the mule deer grind. I'll have all 3 of them linked down below for you guys. I love my classic rack mule deer great one. In fact, it's my favorite great one of all time. This is the perfect grind for a beginner player to get into, especially if you're new to grinding. If you just want to do something simple and slowly learn other methods like stacking, herd management, different grinding techniques that might get you more trophies. Or if you decide you're not that type of player and you just want to grind casually, you don't need to. The mule deer are one of those grinds that are also known for very, very short grinds back to back to back. And they're also known for super rares for some reason. I have 4 super rare mule deer, and a lot of the other content creators in the Call of the Wild community have several super rare mule deer. The reason why? I don't know. I guess the mule deer just like rare furs or something. They do have a good selection of rare furs, from leucistic, all the way to dilute, all the way to melanistic, piebald. I mean, you name it. So in conclusion, the mule deer grind is a 10 out of 10. Whenever someone asks me what grind they should do first, mule deer is always an instant thought of mine. It's extremely easy, and what better map to be out here in the middle of Alberta, Canada, the sunset to do the grind to. Okay guys, so coming in at number 1 here on our list today as the easiest Great One grind here in the Hunter Call of the Wild is going to be the pheasant grind. This grind, it's so simple. It really doesn't get more simple than this. Find 10 zones, set up, and you'll never guess what's next. Start shooting the males. It's that simple. It's called the 10 zone method. You don't need to find all your feed zones. I personally would suggest to you the 4 to 8 feed time, which is the feed time that I use. You're going to want to set up with ground layout blinds, as you can see there. And I have a whole Great One guide on my channel that teaches you exactly how to set up. It's a really weird setup compared to other grinds. And yes, it does still require tents, but you only need 10, and you only need ground layout blinds. It's the easiest grind to do. My first Great One grind took 1,300 kills. My second pheasant Great One grind took 400 and something kills. Mind you that there's no Great One that's easier than another in the sense of how fast the Great One will spawn. That's completely random. But in the sense of how easy the grind is to do, yeah, there's definitely certain grinds that are easier than others. For example, Moose and Medved, you need to find 130 drink zones before you can even consider getting set up or shooting. So finding 10 zones, setting up like this, and just starting shooting is a very, very easy thing to do. Obviously, you're going to want to do it here in the map of Selsuizen Park. Again, my pheasant guide will be linked in the description below for you guys. Extremely, extremely, extremely good grind. I only have 2 pheasant Great Ones just because I kind of got bored with it. It really almost seems too easy, guys. They pay pretty well too. I think like over $1,000 a rooster as long as you drop it. And yeah, definitely a very, very strong suggestion. If you guys did in fact enjoy this video or find it helpful in any way, shape, or form, please let me know down below by smashing that like button and subscribing, as it is very, very much appreciated. And as a 16-year-old content creator, my goal by the end of 2026 is 50,000 subscribers. We crushed our goal of 10k, doubled it up to 20k in 2025. So our goal this year is 50,000. We're on track to beat it. 4,500 subscribers a month on average is what we're getting right now. You might as well join the family, my friends. Join the Discord server, link down below. We got a whole community of over 4,500 people in there that'd be more than willing to help you guys out. More than willing to hop into a multiplayer session with you guys. I'm in voice chat all the time if you guys want to talk to me personally, ask me questions personally. Definitely would suggest joining my Discord. Again, the link is down below. As always, my name is Squid. You guys are watching Squidster Gaming, and we'll see you guys in the next banger. Peace out, my gamers.